Darragh, what a fantastic achievement! You bought the club in League Two, and you've took them to Championship glory.
Well, listen, I didn't do it all, but yeah, I mean, the players obviously. Listen, I'm absolutely exhausted, so you're probably not going to get the best out of me in this interview. But I suppose adrenaline will have to kick in soon. I can't say enough about the players. I can't say enough about all the people at the football club. Obviously, the manager. It's been a great 2 years. Let me just take this occasion to thank my wife as well, by the way, because I got in trouble for not mentioning her in the speech on the pitch. I'm only joking, but she's truly magnificent as well, just like my football team. So I'm a happy man. I couldn't be happier. So yeah, brilliant.
I mean, you took over the football club from watching the Big Ron Football Manager. Obviously, that turned out to be a good evening at home watching the telly. Yeah.
People think I bought it just because of the programme, but the fact of the matter was, the honest truth was I wanted to buy a football club. It was something I planned to do. When I plan to do something, I'll do it. I was looking at different clubs. I had an agreement to buy a couple of clubs that fell through. The season was started, so I was a bit behind. I'd wanted to get a club before that season started. Somebody had shouted up to me the day before the Big Ron documentary. Barry Fry was looking to sell a club. He'd run out of money. I come home. It's on the TV, and obviously it was a little bit chaotic, and I'm sure that would put off a few people. It wouldn't be the best show flat in the world, would it, to sell a show home, you know, never mind a football club. But in fairness, I think the football club then and the football club today are two completely different places. I don't mean that disrespectfully to the people that, you know, were here before or are still here from the time before, but we're a different place with a lot of different people at the moment, and we're on a crest of a wave, and success breeds success. And a lot of people at this football club are successful people, doing a good job.
And when you were appointed manager, Darren Ferguson, you were up for a little bit of criticism by a few fans, but again, you've proved them wrong.
You're not going to make everyone happy, you know, and unfortunately, in life, you're always going to get criticised, no matter how successful whatever you do, you get criticised. So, yeah, Darren Ferguson, some people saw as a risk and a gamble. It's a bit like the players we brought in, tried, untested, young, hungry. They were a risk and a gamble, but look at them now. You know, they've formed a tight unit, great bond. Magnificent football team, magnificent football management team. Darren Ferguson, in fairness, was under a lot of pressure. It was his first job. He was coming here with people probably saying, oh, he got the job because of his dad and he's going to get loads of Man United players. In fairness to him, I mean, he hasn't, except one. He hasn't really asked for favours of his dad. He's done things, and this is an old cliche, his own way, but he has. And he plays the right style of football. You know, we've had a lot of ups and downs because we're both fiery characters. You know, we're not always going to agree. But I suppose there's a lot of respect there between us, and he can only get better in the game. He's still very young. He's probably one of the best young managers in the country, and put it this way, when he gets us to the Premiership, he'll go down as a legend, I suppose, a full legend. So that's where we're at.
You're very much an ambitious man, and sure. When you took over, you said your dream was Premiership football. Realistically, though, looking back, did you believe it would happen? Well,
did I believe it would happen? Do I believe it would happen? Listen, I don't enter a race to come second. I don't enter a race to come fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh. I enter to win. It's the same in business. It's the same in sports. It's the same in life. You know, I'm a winner. I expect to win everything I do. That might sound arrogant. It mightn't sound too good, but it's the truth. I'm not going to lie to people. Okay, I expect to go on a football field, my football team, to win games. So when I said I wanted to get to the Premiership, that's the ultimate goal. So you have to aim high and you have to try and achieve your targets. That's what I wanted. That's what we'll get. We'll get to the Premiership. Yeah, people laugh. They always do. When I said I was going to build a business up from the ground up and it was going to be the #1 business in the industry, a lot of people laughed. A lot of them were my friends. A lot of them were members of my family. They still do, even at the football side of things. But you know, that's life here. You know, you've got to go out to prove people wrong, and you have to aim for the top. And there's no point entering any kind of competition in any form of shape of life without wanting to be the best and without wanting to win. That's a mentality you should have, and it's a mentality I have.
How have you found it being a football chairman? Because it was brand new for you.
Sure.
Has it been hard work? Has it been harder than you thought it would be?
No, it hasn't been harder. It's like I expected, ups and downs, bumps in the road. Probably the trickiest part about it is my temper. I hate losing, and in football you're going to lose games. Fortunately, you will lose games, and that's tough to take because I'm not used to losing. But at the same time, it's been enjoyable. You know, I have to say it's probably one of the best things I've ever done, and it's a thrill a minute. And looking forward to those games every week or twice a week, there's no better feeling. And you know, every fan in the country wants to own their own football club. So I suppose I'm living every fan's dream. And you know, I'm truly blessed to be able to and be fortunate enough to do that, and have my family enjoy the experience with me.
And what are you expecting out of Championship football next season?
I'm expecting success.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, people are laughing in the room right now, you know what I mean? This is the same old, you know what? I'm expecting success, why not? And if my players don't expect success, we may as well stay in League One. You know, I expect us to go there to compete. I don't expect us to make up the numbers, and I expect us to do very well. And if we start very well, and we win a lot of our first 6, 7, 8 games, I fancy us to go up.
Are you happy with the current squad to face the Championship?
It's not up to me about being happy with the squad or the players. That's the manager's job. You know, do I think our squad is good enough to go up again? Not necessarily the squad. Do I think the team is? Yeah, I do. I think we need to add to the squad. The manager knows that. He's already said that to me. So we'll add to the squad. We'll add well to the squad. We always add well. And we'll bring in the right blend of players that fit our criteria and our profile, and they'll only enhance the football club. That's what we have to do when we bring footballers here.
And looking at the season just gone, what for you has been the highlight of the season?
Probably when we lost the first 3 or 4 games, 3 out of 4 games. Well, we had MK Dons, Leeds and Walsall coming up. I remember at that point thinking, everyone was saying, geez, you're going to struggle to stay in League One. And I remember thinking, we played pretty well when we lost those games. And if anything's going to show us our character and our determination is going to be winning those 3 games. So I said to the manager, we need to win those 3 games. We did. And we showed a lot of balls. And I have to say that again about this football club, you know. This football club has shown at the important times that the players have got balls of steel. And they've won important games at the right time. They've come back when they were written off. They've come back from when they were in losing positions, and they've won very important games. The average age of the team is 23. You know, they've won what? 9, 10 out of the last 13 games? Again, is there any football club in the Football League over the last 2 seasons who's had the form we've had from February to May at the right time? Because they always say that's the business end of the season. My football team comes to life in the business end of the season. Not a lot of teams do that. They actually go the opposite way. They fall apart, they choke, they don't finish the job off. These boys do. And they're young. In fact, some of them are babies, and they've done it. So they can only get better. And the majority of them now are going to have 2 back-to-back promotions in their pocket going into the Championship. That's better than experience of being in the higher leagues or have played football for 15 years. They've had success. They know what it tastes like. They've been there when it matters, and they can be there again.
Everyone's been going on recently about Charlie Lee being the player of a lot of people's seasons. Yourself personally, who would you say has been player of the season for yourself?
Craig McCall-Smith. Charlie's been magnificent. You know, Charlie is, as everyone says, Mr. Versatile. Central midfield, he can play right side, he can play left side, he can play right back, left back, centre back. Presume he could probably play in goal, God love him. But I think he's found his true niche now is in the back 4. And I look at, you know, some of the top Premiership clubs in Tottenham, and they've let him go. And I see some of the players now for those clubs, right and left back, and I think, my God, you know, what a player we have in our hands. But for me, Craig McCall-Smith's been the player of the season. Because it's not just his goals. Everyone focuses on the goals and they criticise him for missing one-on-ones. It's his work rate. It's his effort. You know, nobody puts as much effort into playing 90 minutes of football than that young lad. And where he's come from, he hasn't had the, you know, the advantages of playing for a Tottenham or an Arsenal, the, you know, lower level. He's come from non-league, and he's come up and he's scored a lot of goals in League 2. He scored a lot of goals in League 1. And he's created a lot of goals. You know, he's the ultimate striker for me, and there's no reason why Craig can't score 25 goals in the Championship and higher. And I hope he's recognised for that, and I hope he gets a call up internationally. I just want to say again, you know, thank you very much to all the fans out there. I know they watch this, and magnificent. That's back to back, and we go again. And that's what this football team's all about. You saw it again today. We went down twice, and we went again. And the manager's no different, so I'm very happy, and congratulations to everyone in the city, all the fans, all the players, and of course the manager.